Good morning, students. We have learned the concept of Ohm's law and the various terms related to it. Now today we are going to discuss limitations of Ohm's law or characteristics of non-ohmic devices. As you are familiar with the concept of ohmic conductors or ohmic devices, the devices for which Ohm's law is obeyed. That means you can say conductors which obey this Ohm's law, these are coming in the category of ohmic conductors. Now, what are non-ohmic devices or conductors? Non-ohmic conductors, conductors which don't obey Ohm's law. That means for which V is not proportional to I. That means the graph will not be a straight line. So here what are the limitations of Ohm's law that will become the characteristic feature of non-ohmic devices or conductors. So what are those characteristics? See, basic concept for the Ohm's law is that the voltage applied must be proportional to current produced within the conductor. Here when we are saying that this is not obeyed, this law is not obeyed in non-ohmic conductors. So first of all, the first characteristic is voltage current relation is non-linear. Voltage current relation is non-linear. How can we understand it? As when the current is taken to be small, when the small current is flowing in a metallic conductor, then Ohm's law is obeyed. Up to that point when the small current is flowing. But in that particular case we can say, but if the current is large, when large amount of current is flowing, then this law will not be obeyed. So what happen in that case? Actually when large current is flowing through a same conductor, conductor gets heated. So it means when large current flows, then the temperature will increase, and when the temperature increases, its resistance will also increase. So in that particular case, resistance is not remaining to be constant. So graph, when you will plot for such a kind of non-ohmic conductor, it will not be a straight line, but it will follow a curve. It should be a straight line while obeying Ohm's law, but for the small current. But when the current increase is large, in that case resistance will not remain constant. With the rise of temperature, resistance increases. This is basically occurring in the bulb filament. Like non-ohmic conductors, that can the conductors where this law is not obeyed. So bulb filament is following this particular case. When the current, large current is flowing, the graph will not remaining to be a straight line. Another example where non-ohmic conductors can be used, or where we can say another example of non-ohmic conductors where Ohm's law is not obeyed, that is water voltmeter. It's not voltmeter, it is voltmeter. You have studied in chemistry also. We will just discuss its property that we will use in physics. And as in this case of water voltmeter, when we are plotting graph between voltage and current, see the graph will be a straight line, but it will not be passing through the horizon. So what does it indicate? That no current flows through the voltmeter until applied voltage. Until this applied voltage exceeds some minimum value. That means if it is V0, only if when the voltage is greater than this back EMF, then only the current will start rising. And after that this graph is a straight line. But the condition is it will not start from the horizon. It means initially when the voltage is increased, initially at initial level no current will flow. But when the voltage exceed this value back EMF, then only the current will start rising. Now next is PN junction diode. PN junction diode, that is taken as a semiconductor diode that you will study in the last unit. Here we will discuss the basic concept here we are utilizing. Here basically this VI relation depend upon the sign, the polarity of voltage. See, when the voltage is positive, then the graph is following this particular curve. This is taken as forward biasing. We have to learn it as such here. And when the polarity and the sign of voltage is reversed, in that particular case the current will follow this particular curve. This is taken as reverse bias. So forward and reverse bias means voltage is increasing here along the positive direction, and here voltage is in the opposite direction. So here you can see that voltage current relationship depend where it is only on the sign of voltage. If current is I for the voltage V, and in that particular case if we are taking for the reverse biasing, you are saying initially there is no current and after that it is rising abruptly. So after this, next is we are taking gallium arsenide. This is also a semiconductor. Here this is basically LED. This is used in as a combination in light emitting diode, one of the type of diode, PN junction diode. Here what is the characteristic we will study? That relation between voltage and current is not unique. What is the meaning of not unique? Let me draw the graph. If we are taking voltage and current graph, it means the graph will follow like this. What does it mean? That there is more than one value of voltage for single current. It means at this voltage the current is like this, at this voltage current is like this. It means there is more than one value of voltage for the same current, which is not feasible. And you can see here as the voltage is increasing, after that the current is decreasing. It means effective resistance become negative. Here this graph is non-linear. So this relation between voltage and current is not unique. Why not unique? Because for single value of current there are two value of voltage. So that is not following Ohm's law. So these 4 points which we have discussed, these are treated as the limitations of Ohm's law and the characteristic feature of non-ohmic devices or conductors. So there can be a question, if it has been asked, discuss limitation of Ohm's law, then you have to discuss, or characteristics of non-ohmic conductors, then you have also to write in the same pattern. Now after this, next we have to discuss color code for carbon resistor. Basically resistor we are starting here, and this is one of the type of resistor that you will see in the lab also. Color code for carbon resistors. Basically what is a color code? Here some color specification has been given. Let me understand with the help of table what are those colors. As we have different colors, first is black, then brown, then red, orange, yellow. Actually we have to arrange it in the same sequence. Green, blue, violet, grey, white, and gold, silver. Don't worry, I will give you the sequence how you can easily retain all these colors. Otherwise it is difficult to learn the same sequence. As first of all we will understand it. Simply black. Now this letter, number and multiply. Actually when we are writing the color coding, what happen, as there is certain this kind of structure is there are bands given on it. These bands are of different colors. And first band, second band, third band, these are indicating, these are of different colors indicating the digit, that means the value of resistance. We have to study how we are getting that value. So for that, first of all, as black is represented by letter B and it is having number 0 and it is having multiplier 10 raised to the power 0, the same multiplier. Raised to the power 10 raised to the power 0. This number is in the multiplier power. Now brown is also by the same letter, then its number is 1. So its power is 10 raised to the power 1. Then red by R, number is 2 and power is 10 raised to the power 2. Orange symbol O, number 3 and multiplier 10 raised to the power 3. Yellow Y, number 4 and multiplier 10 raised to the power 4. Green G symbol and then letter G, then its number is 5 multiplier 10 raised to the power 5. Blue also have the same letter B, but we have to recognize it by its number. Then multiplier 10 raised to the power 6. Then violet, symbol V, then number 7 and multiplier 10 raised to the power 7. Gray, G, number 8, multiplier 10 raised to the power 8. White, W, number 9, 10 raised to the power 9. So up to this we have 10 colors and we have given them the number ranging from 0 to 9 and multiplier 10 raised to the power 0 to 10 raised to the power 9. Apart from it, we have two more colors, gold and silver. These will be represented by symbol G and S. They are not carrying any number, but they have multipliers. 10 raised to the power minus 1 for gold, 10 raised to the power minus 2 for silver. Now, very difficult to learn the same sequence. So, for your learning, basically one you can say sentence you have to learn. What is it? B. Roy of Great Britain has very good wife wearing gold silver necklace. This is easy to learn. B. Roy of Great Britain has very good wife wearing gold silver necklace. This sentence will help you to learn the sequence of these colors. You can say this is B, black, B, brown, R, red, O, orange, Y, yellow. Then great, we have to take only G letter of it, green. Then Britain, B, again it is B, blue. Then V, very V, this V is for violet color. Then again grey, good, we have taken only letter G. White, W, we will take only its W letter, that's why I have written in the capital letter. Wearing having no significance in the table. Then gold, G letter, gold silver, S, silver. Necklace, no color. There is a significance of no color also, I will explain. First of all, we have to learn the sequence of color. There are 3 colors starting with the same letter, black, brown, blue. So we have to learn that this is black, brown, blue. Similarly, green and grey. So we have to learn green color will come earlier and grey will come later. So I think this is quite easy to understand and we have learned this is in our childhood. So we are just continuing with the same sentence and the same sequence. Now one more thing, that is I have used for necklace as there is some tolerance limit. What is a tolerance limit? Let me have to understand it. There is one more table, gold. Gold having 1% tolerance, silver having gold having 5% tolerance, silver having 10%, and if there is no color, then 20% tolerance. Now this is the technical part. Now we will understand it how. Actually, this gold, silver and no color, this is used only for this 4th color. This is only used for 4th color. We will give you the detail how this is utilized. Let me see. We take the topic terms one by one. Now see here, this is a broad view of carbon coding register. If I will find somewhere, I will show it to you. Otherwise, we will discuss it in the lab. This is the first color band. This band is indicating first significant figure. This is first significant digit. This is second color band. This is indicating second significant digit. Then this is a third color band. This will indicate multiplier. Like we have taken 10 raised to the power 0, 1, 2 and so on. And this 4th color. This 4th color, this can be of gold, this can be of silver, or it is having no color, without any color. If it is of gold, then you will take the tolerance limit 5%. When it is of silver, then you will take tolerance limit 10%. And if it is of no color, then the tolerance limit is 20%. We will explain what is the meaning of tolerance limit also here. Let me take, basically you can take, that is if the value of resistance is suppose 4 ohm, then you have taken 4 ohm plus minus 10%. That means this tolerance limit is indicating that there is a variation in the value of resistance plus 10% of 4 ohm and minus 10% of 4 ohm. That means it is indicating percentage variation in the value of resistance. Now let me understand it with the help of different color sequence. That we have first color is red, second also red, third also red, and the fourth is silver. I am taking any combination just to understand. Now if we have red, red, red and then silver color. So first significant figure, you can see from the table that for red color the first multiplier number, first number is as it is indicated by red R, then its number is 2. Again, second digit also indicating the number, so it is 2. Third digit is not a number but it is a multiplier and this is 10 raised to the power 2. Then this fourth color, this is plus minus. Now silver having how much tolerance limit? You can see from the table, this is having 10% tolerance limit, and you can just recognize from here, this is having number 2 and this is having multiplier 10 raised to the power 2, and silver is having tolerance limit 10%. So let me apply it here. So here this is plus minus 10%. So basically you can take it as 22 into 10 raised to the power 2 ohm plus minus 10%. This is the actual value of this resistance. When you are doing it, let me take what is the meaning of 10%. So 10% of 2200 ohm. So 10 upon 100 into 2200. So it is 220 ohm. So variation in the value is, this is plus minus 220 ohm. We are not writing in this manner, but we are writing in terms of percentage. If it has been asked in detail, then you will write in this form. Let me take one more example. If the color bands are having sequence yellow, violet, brown and gold. So see, you can see from the table that yellow is having number, that is digit is 4. Violet is having digit, that is 7. You can see from this table also, from there you can see that yellow having number 4 and multiplier 10 raised to the power 4. And so here 4, 7, and now brown color. Brown color having multiplier 10 raised to the power 1. Whereas gold is having, you can see from here, this gold is having tolerance limit 5. So we have noted all these points. Actually in the exam time you must learn all these tables so that you can easily calculate. Now what you are writing here, 470 ohm plus minus 5%. This is sufficient in itself, but if you want to elaborate it in terms of 5%, then find the value of 5% of 470, then that value you can write here. Similarly, let me take one more example. If the color is green, violet, red and last is no color band. There is no band has been given, no color has been given. So for green color, the letter is G and its digit is, green is having 5. First time the green G symbol is coming, then initially green color is coming. So its digit is 5. Then violet is having digit 7. But red is having multiplier, that is 10 raised to the power 2. Plus minus no color band, that means 20% tolerance. So it will be 57 into 10 raised to the power 2 ohm plus minus 20%. So this way you can calculate the resistance of a given color code. If any color coding has been given, you can identify its resistance by this method. Usually you can use this in the lab. Now, if its reverse has been given, if you have been given a resistance of 3700 ohm plus minus 10%, then decode it in the form of the colors. How will you represent resistance by color code? So you can see as 3 is a digit for orange color, 7 is a digit for violet color, and this is, you can write it as 37 10 raised to the power 2 plus minus 10%. So 10 raised to the power 2, that is for red color, and 10% tolerance limit, that is for silver color. So in the reverse order you can also find the colors by the same table. So now After this, we are taking two numerical on this basis. The question is, a current of 2 milliampere is passed through a color coded resistor. If this much current is passing through color code resistor with first band, second and third rings are of yellow, green and orange. First, second, third colors have been given, yellow, green and orange. Then here, what is the voltage drop? What you have to find? What is the voltage drop across the given carbon coding resistor? So what are the given? A current of 2 milliampere is passed through a color coded resistor where first, second and third colors have been represented here. Find the voltage drop across it. So what is the first thing? You have to identify the color. See here, fourth color has not been given, so you have not to do anything with the tolerance limit. You will directly take this color. So here, now as per the table, you can see, you can check your table in your hand that yellow color is having the color code that is 4 and green is having 5 and orange that is used for multiplier, this will be 10 raised to the power 3. So this much will be the resistance by the carbon coding resistor. Now if you have to find voltage drop, so voltage is I into R. As current is 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 because it was given in amperes, milliamperes. Now we have converted it into amperes only. Now multiplied by the resistance. So what will be the value? Here it is 90 volt. So now in the same way, let me take another numerical, another question on the same basis. Let me take a voltage of 5 volt is applied across a color coded resistor and a current of 5 ampere flows through the same resistor. What are the colors? Now the question pattern has been changed. What are the colors of second and third band of the carbon coding resistor? So almost the question is similar to the previous one, but slight change has been given. Here voltage and the current has been given. You have to identify the colors of second and third band of the resistor. So simply by applying Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So R will be V upon I. So now voltage is given to be 5 volt. Current here is 5 milliampere. We can do it with 5 ampere also, but I am taking it for 5 milliampere here. So 5 upon 5 milliampere, that is 10 raised to the power minus 3 for converting into amperes. So now it is 10 raised to the power 3 ohm. So now directly it is not taken in the multiplier. We have to write it in this form, 10 into 10 raised to the power 2 ohm. So first digit, that is the first color, that is for, you can take it as this first is for. So first digit, although it has not been asked, but we have to write it because we are decoding it. So first color, first band, that is for brown, 0 that digit for black, and 10 raised to the power 2 that is for red. So we have identified all the three colors, but what is asked here? The colors of second and third band. This sometimes students can confuse because they directly start writing brown, black, but it has been asked only second and third. So you will write black and red color is asked as per the statement. So sometimes statements are given to confuse the students. You have to read the statements carefully. Now, after introduction of carbon coding resistor, next we have to study combination of resistors. You are familiar with this concept in class 10th also. So we are just discussing it not in detail, but we are taking the overview of it. As first is series combination of resistors. That we are taking three resistors R1, R2 and R3. These all are connected in series, and obviously for flow of current we require a battery. We have taken a battery and that is used to supply current. Let this resistance is R1, this is R2 and this is R3. So resistances are said to be connected in series. What is a condition? If same current is flowing through each of the resistor. So you can see from here the current which is flowing through R1, the same current, because there is no division of path, there is no other resistance is added here. Same current will flowing through R2 and same current is flowing through R3, and then after that it is same current is reaching to negative terminal. Exactly, you can see the charge is flowing leading to current. Now here we have to find the combination formula. So R1, R2, R3 are the resistors and I is the current flowing through each of the resistor. V is the potential difference applied across the combination. So how to start? As we can say, the voltage drop across first resistor is represented by V1, for second resistor is V2 and for third resistor is V3. So V1 will be equal to, you can say, IR1, V2 will be IR2. Why? Because current is same and resistance is varying, and V3 is IR3. So it means this voltage V is divided among these three depending upon the resistance. So here total voltage V is divided among the three components, that is three resistors. Now here substituting the values IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Now let me take RS. RS, this is taken as equivalent resistance of series combination. RS is equivalent resistance of series combination. So what will be V here? V will be equal to I into RS. Equivalent total potential difference will be given by this one. Now substitute this value here. So it will be IRS. So taking I common, it will be cancelled out. What will be left? Series resistance for the combination is sum of individual resistances. Whatever be the number of resistances are connected in series, then equivalent resistance will be simply obtained by adding individual resistances. It means when the resistances are connected in series, then effective resistance will be more. It will be increasing here. You can see here, suppose it is 1, it is 2, it is 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, you can see this RS is greater. Why? Because it is effective resistance is increasing. So for series combinations of resistors, effective resistance increases. Now after doing series combination of resistors, next we have to study parallel combination of resistors. So resistors are said to be connected in parallel. When? What is the condition? When potential difference across each of them is remaining to be same. Let me understand it. Here we have three resistors. We can take any number, 2, 3, 4. We have taken three resistances, the resistors having resistances R1, R2, R3. These are connected in parallel and these are obviously connected to an external battery for current to flow. So here this is having voltage V. Now what will be there? So resistance is each of the resistor will have the same potential difference V. So resistors are said to be connected in parallel if potential difference across each of the resistor is same and it is equal to V. So now you can see again in the same way R1, R2 and R3 are the three resistors. V is the applied voltage. I is the total current. Now when it is there, now what is the change we have to do so that to get the combination? As we can see here at this point, you can see there are three resistors connected. It means there are division of current. So here let the current flowing through R1 is I1, I2 for R2 and I3 for R3. It means here this current is divided. And further when the current is coming from this terminal, this point, again they are meeting giving you the same current I. So now that we will take that RP is the equivalent resistance of parallel combination. equivalent resistance of parallel combination, and R1, R2, R3 are the individual resistances. So V, because potential difference is same, this is equal to I1 R1. From this, I1 will be equal to V upon R1 for first resistance R1. Similarly, V equal to I2 R2. This implies I2. Current through second is V upon R2. And V equal to I3 R3. This implies I3 is V upon R3. And V is equal to IRP. Total potential drop across the combination. So I will be equal to, this will be equal to V upon RP. Now we have used this value. Now substitute all this value in this equation. So here V upon RP equal to, this is V upon R1 plus V upon R2 plus V upon R3. So when we are taking V upon RP, this is equal to V, you can take it as common, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. We will be cancelling. So 1 by RP is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So this way you can calculate effective resistance of parallel combination of resistances. Now here when you are finding the resistance by this method, here the effective resistance will having less value. That means effective resistance is decreasing in the parallel combination and increasing in the series combination. So today we have discussed basically the concept of resistance in detail, as initially we have taken the limitations of Ohm's law. Second, we have discussed the type of carbon coding resistor and how to apply the table, how to apply that method to find the value of resistor. Then also discuss the series and parallel combination of resistors. Now I hope you have understood all these concepts, because after using this formula, now we will be able to solve numericals. So revise the concepts thoroughly. Thank you. Have a nice day.